People say your skin is supposed to get fresher when you travel, but honestly, the only thing I've been seeing is that my face is just so dry. So dry. I guess it's because of the weather though. So guys, I know this is a bad idea. I'm not properly dressed, but I just want to go outside. Like, you can see I'm not even wearing, can you see my legs? I'm not wearing any shoes or anything like that. I just want to go out and show you that it's still actually very, very cold, honestly. Like, it's still snowy everywhere. And see, it's actually still snowy. Like, I don't know if you can see me, but like, it's already very, very cold and chilly. So you can see me out here. Like, it's still very, very cold. Yeah, so I just wanted you guys to see, like, come on, the snow is crazy. Like, still very, very cold. I'm going to go inside now, like, before I freeze. Like, it's actually melting, because like a few days ago it was everywhere and it was like very, very cold and stuff, but now it's actually going down. Don't mind me, I'm just saying it's not like anything. I'm still a street boy, Niger boy. Alright, let's talk a bit. Sorry for the background noise. I don't even know if it's loud enough, but I'm going to explain myself in this video and make you understand some few things. The sun is really bright. Forgive me for looking outside. Now, so before I proceed, I just want to say, I'm about to start editing this video, but I just want to say that everything I say in this video is my personal experience. This is not immigration advice in any way, shape, or form. I just needed to put that out there. Secondly, this is more like a vlog style, freestyle type of video, and this is for a particular reason. I'm trying to do these videos in real time. I'm not waiting for like 2 or 3 or 5 years in the future when everything is now all gelled and stuff before I start putting out content. I know there are some people that's their strategy. They prefer to wait like till they've accomplished it or till they've made it before they start putting out content. I'm not saying that their strategy is bad. I'm not saying that mine is better. I'm just saying that everybody can actually do their thing, and we can all live and let live. But for me right now, I just want to be able to share as it's happening to me right now with no too much editing and all that. A time will come when I would have the resources and everything to sit down and put together all the editing and make the video look all shiny, bells and whistles and all that. But I really don't think that is my priority right now. I just want to be able to share this information and get it out there and hopefully help somebody, and also as a diary for myself, because I want to be able to look back at this video in the next 2 or 3 or 4 years and say, oh wow, you actually achieved this thing at that particular stage in your life, and it was really awesome. So that's why I'm doing this video. Just take it as a young man who is giving his own experience, his own view on how things has been for him so far. I don't know if that made sense, but let's get into the video, sha. First thing you need to know about traveling abroad is that it's expensive. I don't care what everybody tells you, but it's actually expensive, especially if you're going through any of the common routes that people use to travel abroad, and you're not using something like the newer tech routes to actually move, right? It's actually expensive, so you need to be prepared. How much? It will depend on the program that you're coming through, right? Some programs will require you to have proof of funds. Some will require you to show your ability to access some particular funds. There's different programs. Now, this is not really an immigration resource. I'm going to link all the channels that I actually watch their videos, and I want you guys to go check them out. They've been super helpful throughout the whole journey, and I want you to go watch their content because you might find the one that applies to you. The next thing I want to say is, some of you might be asking, is this really the best move for me? I know the general consensus is that you want to travel, right, and leave Nigeria, but then you really want to still ask yourself that, is this actually right for me? Is it right for the particular road that I am in? For me personally, part of the reason why I decided or said that this was something I wanted to do is because looking at myself, I looked at a lot of things. I looked at my age, where I am in life right now, where I want to be, the kind of places I want to get to, and also the industry that I'm in right now, right? Where is it actually hot? Where can I get like the most value? And I did that whole analysis, and it turns out that Nigeria is not really the best place for me right now, at this moment, at this stage in my life. And that was why the decision wasn't that hard for me to make. But this could vary depending on wherever you are right now. Probably you might be married, you might have kids, you might be working, a high paying job. I don't know your situation, right? But it's going to affect your decision. Next thing I'm going to say is I'm going to talk about the documents that you're going to need, no matter how or the routes that you're taking to travel, right? You're going to need one of these documents in some shape or form. Now, for me, there were some documents that I didn't need, but I just made sure I had everything just to cover all possible holes. And as I'm mentioning these documents, some people might be saying, oh, these things seem like natural things that everybody should know now. But I found out from experience that there's a lot of things that people don't know, and they won't come out and say it or even get it due to lack of knowledge, right? Due to ignorance. And if there's one thing I want to say is that this whole thing, you have to have some level of, you need to be able to do research, right? And this is not targeted towards people that are illiterate or can't use a mobile phone, right? I'm saying this on a general term because there are people that they say they don't have time, or that they don't have enough time to dedicate to learning something, whereas they are able to spend ungodly amounts of time on Instagram, just browsing through Instagram and on Netflix. You're spending ungodly times on those platforms, like crazy amount of hours, and then you're saying that you don't have time to do a little reading and a little research. It's really, really unfair on your part. So I'm just going to say that you need to be prepared to read, be able to read between the lines, right? This whole journey, there's an extent that I've reached, right? I just know, I've read more than some lawyers, right? I'm not even going to kid. I'm not exaggerating. I've read up to some lawyers, because there are some terms and conditions, some things that you actually read, and then, you don't understand it. You go online and you read it. I'm going to say that almost every information that you need is online, whether it's free or paid. It's not my business, but I just know that almost any information that you're going to need to, at least to get through this process to a good extent, is online. The rest is still in people's heads, but the majority of what you need to get to like a reasonable stage whereby people can now start helping you out is actually online. So just go online and you're going to see all this information. Next thing I'm going to say is, okay, I've talked about money. So now, let's talk about the documents. First things first is your international passport. Your international passport is like the most important document that you're going to need for literally any kind of journey that has to do with traveling abroad. And it's funny because some people don't even have an international passport to start with, and they're saying they want to travel. I don't know how they plan to do it, but you need that international passport. It's like the basis of everything. So if you don't have one right now, make sure you go and get one. If yours is about to expire, make sure you renew it, right? It's always better to, because I had my international passport it wasn't really like, okay, it was about to expire, but it had a few months, like it had almost a year left on it. But I was like, no, like if I'm going to travel, I'm going to need this thing for like the next 5 or 6 years for whatever I plan to do. And I need to get a brand new one. And that was what I did. So even though I had some few months left on my former passport, I decided to just go and get a brand new one completely, right? So that's the first thing. Second document I'm going to say that you need is your educational documents, right? Your educational documents. And by educational documents, I mean if you went to university, you're going to need your degree certificate. If you went to, and you're also going to need your transcript as well. So I made sure to get both of them from my school. Like I said, this is another document that some people are lax about. They just relax and, years pass and they don't get it. If you just finish school, thank God for your life. Go back to your school right now, because your file hasn't been backdated or hidden in one dark corner of the school department. So hurry to your school and pay whatever you need, and just do whatever you need to do to get your transcript and your degree certificate. Same applies for if you did your WAEC. I literally went back to school and I got everything. I have all my documents, both from primary school. Even I have everything, right? All my certificates. I make sure I had everything down. And then also for educational qualifications, I'm going to say that you also need to do your WES accreditation. So for example, for my program, for my route, I didn't need to do this WES, but I just felt like, oh, if the need ever arose in future, and I needed to prove my my degree, and I wanted it to be evaluated, I don't want a situation whereby it's when I need it in future, then I'll start looking for it. So I decided to do it as well. So I got my documents evaluated as well. And then the next document is your IELTS exam. Your IELTS exam is also important because the way I see it, that, like I said, the reason why I'm listing all these documents is because I want to cover as many things that you might need for any scenarios that might eventually pop up in any way. So your IELTS exam, if you're able to get it, make sure to write that exam. Depending on the routes that you're going for, you might need to write the academic or the general. So have your IELTS exam, your papers, have it written. Now, after this, let's move on to the optional documents. Your driver's license. If you drive, or you know how to drive, or even, you don't even need to know how to drive like very, very well, honestly. You just need to get your driver's license, because your driver's license is another form of identification that is asked on literally almost any website or any, people use it as is a primary means of identification. After your passport, your ID card is like the next, your driver's license is like the next proof of identification that is verifiable or is like accepted worldwide. So if you're above 18, whether you know how to drive or not, whether you want to drive or not, whether you have a car or not, go and apply for your driver's license and get it. These are documents that you're going to need once you travel. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. You're going to find out why. Just trust me and get those documents down. So those are the main documents that you're going to need for the journey ahead. So guys, I forgot to make a proper ending to that video, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it made some sense, or a lot of sense. I'm going to leave links to all the resources I talked about in the description, so you can check every single thing out. And if there are other topics that you want me to talk about, I have a list. Don't worry, I have a list of like the videos I want to make. But if you have any other things that you feel like I need to make a video on, or things I should add to the upcoming videos, just let me know in the comments and I'm going to add it. And also feel free to share this video in coming series with anybody that you feel is on their journey and would need some of this information. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace out.